power nuts in here, right? I know I'm going to get a lot of the emotional people. I know I'm going to get a lot of the, the Black Power Rangers, the Black Fist Pumpers in here tonight. But hell, it's Friday, so I'm prepared for it. I'm listening to you. I'll listen to you guys call in and express your opinions on this topic. I'll listen to you guys talk about, what the real reason is, for why we in bondage or why we under this mental, submental way of thinking of the white man, how we keep uplifting him, and that, we got to come with some more black power and blacken it up and black it up, right? I'm going to listen to all that, Like I said, I'm open tonight to listen to that because, like I said, it's Friday. I did some heavy promoting on the Supermen, Superwomen project, which will be taking place Sunday, October 28th, 1368 Fulton Street, between Brooklyn and New York Avenues at the Bed-Stuy Restoration Plaza, first floor. What we're going to give, and we're going to share new knowledge and a new direction for our people. A path that has not been taken by our people, an intelligence path. An intelligence movement is needed, right, where we separate the ignorant from the intelligent. Right? The ignorant are the ones who keep this whole white supremacy thing going. They keep it going, as well as the so-called educated ones, right? Just by you referring to yourself as black people, you keep the white supremacy movement going. Why do I say that? Because they gave the definition or the meaning of the word black. I'm going to go back to that Malcolm X movie where he went in the dictionary and read the definition of black, right? He read the definition of black, and you then allowed yourself, or you allowed him to refer to you as black. He read all these negative connotations about the word black that he gave it, and you allowed him to call you black. You allowed the white man to refer to you as black people. Right? It was a time where so-called black people didn't like to be referred to as black people. They would say, I'm not black. And truth be told, as I said, none of our people are black. We're brown people. But because you are forever locked, or the ignorant ones of our people are forever locked in this struggle, in this rotation of racism back and forth with the white man about who's black and he's white, and supremacy, the struggle back and forth, and and black power, and he comes with white power. Since you're going to keep doing that, since you're going to keep existing as the opposite end of him, you're going to keep his power going. You're going to keep his energy moving. You're going to keep his society going. When I made a statement on Facebook today, and I said, black people are not self-starters. We won't start a business of our own. We won't come together collectively and start a business of our own. What we will do is support some white scam hustlers who are trying to promote marketing scams and pyramid schemes, to sell everything from coffee to vitamins to energy and all this other nonsense, because the white man's involved. Because in our mind, we got this idea that whatever the white man touches turns to gold, that he has the Midas touch. And that is only true because we don't attempt to make the Midas touch. We don't attempt to self-start anything and move forward. And when some of us do that, we tear each other down. When Berry Gordy started Motown, you had more niggas hating on Berry Gordy, talking about, oh, he borrowed money from the mafia, oh, he be ripping off artists, he do this, he do that. It's just hating on the man. Whether it was true or not, and nobody factually knows that because nobody was in Berry Gordy's business. But you had black people back then couldn't wait to jump down Berry Gordy's neck. There was a guy named P.D. Green, this coon. He's gone now. He was a D.C. and disc jockey over in D.C. back in the 70s. He got on the radio and called Berry Gordy a pimp. There was a movie Don Cheadle did where he played this guy P.D. Green. And this guy set up here, don't know Berry Gordy from a can of paint. He called Berry Gordy a pimp. Why do we have to downgrade each other when one of us is trying to excel? in our own business. When one of us has made it to, do something independently, to be in that position of power, where at least, we have executed our own intelligence to make something like that happen, something independent happen. And you had black people hate on that, right? Same thing with the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. More black people hated on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad because he had power, because he had influence, he had finance, things that he built up over the years. This is where all that whole nonsense where you had a lot of black people jump on Malcolm X's side, and they wanted to see Elijah Muhammad fall, not because of the women, because black men been sleeping with women, going outside their marriage, sleeping with 2 and 3 women for years. That ain't nothing new to the damn black man. But all of a sudden, the black man is a damn good Christian, and he cares about whether Elijah Muhammad slept with this woman or that woman or his secretaries or how many women he impregnated when, like I said, black men do that all the time. What it was is that they were jealous of the fact that this man had power. Black men were jealous of that. So they jumped on Malcolm X's side to stick up for, go against Elijah Muhammad because of that. It had nothing to do with the women. This is how you keep white supremacy alive. See, the white man don't have to ride around and, have hoods on his head and, tear down businesses or do a Tulsa, Oklahoma no more. He don't have to do that. You black men to do it for him, especially you black men in the hood. You niggas walking around here with your pants off your behinds, shooting and killing your own brothers. You understand? Vibrating on that submental state because you trying to be like the beast. You do his job for him. They don't need the Ku Klux Klan and white hooded sheets to come through and lynch no more black people. Y'all doing their job for him. You guys in L.A., you guys in Oakland who shooting each other down for stupidity over some colors. You simple-minded niggas in New York who sitting around here cutting each other's face up and stabbing each other for some stupidity. Won't touch nobody else outside your race. You cool with Ali and Jesus and all of them in the corner store, but you'll cut up and stab your own people up. Won't say nothing to the white man. Head down to the ground like good slaves. Why? Because you have unconsciously taken a vow to uphold white supremacy. You've unconsciously taken a vow to do that. Every time you buy your Yankee baseball caps, especially you conscious ones, every time you buy your Yankee baseball caps, your $200 Jordans, every time you sit up here and support his system. I'm not saying people are supposed to walk around with no clothes on, walk naked and whatnot, but like I said, y'all do it to death. You do it hard. You want the spinning rims, you want the $80,000, $90,000 car. You desire to be rappers and things like that, and you sell yourself and sell your people to secure his so-called riches. That's how you keep his power structure alive, by killing off your own. You increase his power. You wear his names. After slavery, a lot of you still wearing his names. You can't find an Asian man, right? You can't find an Asian man wearing, and go to China or Japan, you can't find an Asian man, even though they'll adopt Western culture, you can't find none of them wearing a white man's name. You might find 1 or 2 of them who are a bunch of Sambo Asians and Sambo Japanese who do that, but you're not going to find them wearing no Western names. Right? You guys, even when you accept the term African, see, because he'll sit up here and say that you only come from this place and this place only. Yet he considers himself to be international. He'll call himself Afrikaner. He'll call himself European. He'll call himself Caucasian. See the word Asian in there? He links himself to every continent. American, Australian, he links himself to everything. He told you was African, and what do y'all do? We African. Like some God handed that title down to you when it came from the white man. And when you tell these simple-minded Negroes this, they'll sit up there and get angry with you, and they'll try to find some sort of basis to stand on. And they can't. And when they can't find it, they get even more angry. They get more simple-minded. The white man makes himself, like I said, he increases his power by not limiting himself to one space. He increases his power and his supremacy through you. Through you downplaying yourself and pushing yourselves down. Through you limiting yourself and pushing yourself into his philosophies and his religions. You understand? For you believing and accepting his preconceived notions about what you think things are. That's how you keep him alive. That's how you keep his supremacy going. You black women, like I said, for years, that speaks for itself. A lot of you sisters still yelling black power. A lot of you sisters talking about black nationalism, black this and black that. But y'all still permed out. Y'all still wearing weaves and perms in your head. You still supporting that. You understand? You still trying to support the job system. The fact that y'all won't get together and form your own corporation. The fact that these black men like Spike Lee and, like I said, Tyler Perry and all these black men who making movies, John Singleton, won't get together, pool their money, get people, investors, set up a company and whatnot, their own motion picture company, because they would rather beg the white man to give them money to make movies. They would rather go on their knees with hat in hand, begging the damn white man for movies, for movie money. And then get mad when he tell you, oh, I'm not going to put money behind some movie where you guys are trying to uplift each other. I want to see some niggas in dresses. I want to see some Sambo coonery. You understand? And then you get mad at the white man like he's your father. Instead of you black men you so-called black men standing up, being men, pooling your money together and forming your own picture company, forming your own distribution companies, whether it's on video or whatever. It's yours. That's one thing I'll say about the Africans over there in Ethiopia, not Ethiopia, but in Nigeria. They make their own movies. Never watched none of them, but they have their own motion picture industry over there. I think it's called Nollywood. You know, the East Indians got Bollywood, and the white man got Hollywood. What you black men in America got? Except a bunch of pride, a bunch of ego, walking around, like I said in the last broadcast, proud about nothing. Proud about nothing. You niggas walk around with your chest stuck out where you got educated by the white man, you know, and he told you that you impotent now because you got you a degree or 2 degrees or 3 degrees. When, like I said, I don't care if you niggas standing on the corner selling drugs. I don't care if y'all in the college and y'all in the university getting your degree, your doctorate, your medical, whatever you getting. All you niggas are doing in America is paying bills and waiting to die. That's all you black men and black women are doing. I don't care how fine you think you are, how fat your behind is, how cute you think you got it going on, how all the niggas is chasing after you. You're not doing nothing but paying bills and waiting to die. That's all you doing in America. That's it. That's your existence. You're not even living. He's living. He's growing. He's becoming more supreme because you people refuse to stand up. Because you still want to support his madness. You want to still keep this thing going that you call life, which is not a life. Like I said, you just existing. Black people are just existing. The white man and the rest of the human race, they living. You understand? They thinking forward. They moving into the future. They constantly thinking. The black man and black woman, they ain't thinking. Y'all moving off of instinct, like animals. Y'all done degraded yourself to animals. Like I said, you get up, you eat, you sleep, you screw, you go back and go to sleep. And somewhere in between there, maybe you go to a club or whatever else you do. But that's all you're doing in this society. That's all you're really doing. You go to the church, you go to your job, you go to all these places to get programmed, to get your dose of white supremacy. And you suck it up, put blackface on it, then regurgitate it right back out. But it's still white supremacy. I don't care even if you put blackface on it, it's still white supremacy. I don't care how much you sit up here and talk about what you're going to do in this society and what you owe. When you black men go to the white man talking about treaties and sovereignty and all this nonsense, you are increasing his white supremacy, because nothing makes a person in power, a so-called power, or someone in authority feel more prouder, more bigger, and makes him feel more powerful than to see people on their knees going and asking him for things. I'm sick of y'all sitting up here talking about we're going to go and go to the court system and we don't know our rights as our sovereign citizens. Are you serious? Did you not look at, you talk about history 1 minute, then you turn around and talk about what you going to ask. Did you not see this man's history? Did you not see this man's history, how he got all of this stuff? You understand that? Did you see what he did to get everything? Did it seem like a man who obeys treaties? Did it seem like a man who obeys statutes and treaties and all of this nonsense you talking about and sovereign rights? Are you serious? But that's what happens when your mindset is all bent on or set up on begging people for things. When you beg people for things, you give them power over you. You increase their supremacy over you because you're not man enough to stand up for yourself and take it. You're not man enough for yourself to get up and get your people together and come together and make things happen for yourself. You got to go with hat in hand or talk about walking around with gun in hand demanding something from somebody. And you don't have to do that. You'll sit up there and talk about picking up guns and sticking it in the white man's face and demanding rights and all this nonsense rather than getting up and taking yourself and going through this mental evolution and just stop doing the things you're doing. Cut loose the things you've been doing that have not been working for you. You refuse to do that. Either you begging the white man and demanding it, but like I said, you still asking. And when he tell you no, all you're going to do is walk off, mad, still try to file some papers, some motion till he tell you to get the hell out of his courtroom. He's not dealing with you. Or he tell you, until he uses police on you to put handcuffs on you and bust you in your head with a nightstick. Then you'll sit up here and then you'll get the point. Because as he fuels up, as he gets that nightstick ready, as he gets that gun ready to shoot you down and bust your head open, while you still going down to the ground, because it won't even go that far. Y'all are punk out anyway. So stop with the black talk. Stop with the supremacy talk. Because all you're doing is pumping up his system. All you're doing is keeping his system alive. We're going to discuss that in great detail tonight. Even the subliminal things. Not even so much the outward things you do, but the subliminal things you do in your everyday life to keep his system going, to keep white supremacy going. You black people, like I said, you so-called black people, what you do to keep his system going. I am the intellectual ģʟᴜᴜᴜ, and this is State of Mental Radio, and tonight we're going to talk about black people who are the biggest supporters of white supremacy. It's not those guys that's walking around with the goddamn Nazi flag. You understand? It's not that guy. It's not these guys that's walking around with the Nazi flags and throwing up the Heil Hitler sign. Those guys, like I said, that's not no real white supremacy. You understand? These guys are just a bunch of people that's out here trying to be seen and heard. Much like they no different than you niggas that sit up here and march and throw up the black power fist and put on them army fatigues to do nothing. You just want to be seen. That's your thing. They the white Power Rangers and you the black Power Rangers. Everybody military, everybody hardcore military. Ain't nobody never seen no action. Nobody probably never killed nobody. Yeah, probably they killed somebody more than y'all did. But anyway, everybody's hardcore military. Everybody ready to bust their guns. Everybody talking tough, and it sound good. But what you're doing when you do that, what you're showing when you're doing that, is that these people, you gave these people the authority over you, that you would have to demand, ask, beg for something from them. When no matter what you take, ask for, or get, or hand it out to you, it's still not going to solve your problem. It's still not going to solve your problem. No matter what you beg from them, no matter what little crumbs they throw off their table from some little treaty, they go, oh, okay, niggas, you can have some treaties, you can have a little bit of land over here. Okay, you guys, we'll entertain this, we'll let you guys go ahead. It's still not going to solve the problem, and y'all don't get this. Y'all still think, oh, if we got some land and we could raise our flag on it, and what this brother talking about, he's talking crazy. We just need our land and our flag and all this other stuff. If that was the solution, y'all could have had that a long time ago. Y'all could have had that a long time ago. But truth be told, you really don't want it. You really don't. See, because that means responsibility. And the black man does not want responsibility. The black man does not want to govern anything. He just wants some crumbs. He just really wants some crumbs off the table like a roach. Because the black man has a roach mentality now, and the black woman has one just as well. You happy with a few crumbs off the table. You understand that? You just happy with a few crumbs off the table. You don't want your country. You don't want your own country. You don't want your own laws. You don't want to do any of that. You don't want that. See, because that means responsibility. That means that you're going to really have to stand up and be masters of your own destiny, where you can't turn around and ask the white man for help no more. You can't turn around and blame him no more if things don't go right. It's all on you. You can't do that no more. You got to take responsibility for that. You understand? You got to take responsibility. And that'll scare the hell out all you black Power Rangers. It'll scare the hell out of all you black militant talkers. It'll scare the hell out of all you righteous teachers and all this other nonsense. You niggas don't want that because half y'all don't even want to take care of your kids. And half y'all don't even want to build schools for your children. You understand? You full of crap. You understand? You don't even want to take care of your own children. So how the hell you going to sit up here and talk about, the white man this and white supremacy? What are you doing to become supreme people? Are you taking responsibility? No, you want to sit up here and talk about the white man every 5 minutes. I had an experience today where I went into a store, right? And this old black man was in there, and I went into the store to put some of our cards down. Me and a brother went in there just to put some of our cards down to promote the Supermen, Superwomen project on Sunday, and this old Negro going to ask me, well, what am I trying to put down in there? Now, he sees the picture, the flyer with the black man, the black woman on there. He sees the Superman symbol. Now, you would think, and he reads it, and he wants to go into a debate with me about the future. You know what this old, here it is, he has some Ivan Van Sertima books up there. He had some Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Dr. Clark, and what's the other guy? The old guy that's the one they call the master teacher and whatever? Dr. Ben Yakin. He has all these books up there from all these so-called black scholars and who did all the history and everything else, right? So he, I'm telling him like, listen, because he's basically trying to find out, can he come to the can he sell me a book, or can he come there and sell some books, some history books? And I said, no, brother, we're not dealing with history. We're not interested in history. We're interested in the future. We know about the history already. I said the people who are coming to these projects are more advanced than that. We don't want to hear anybody regurgitating the history no more. We don't want to hear about this. This is not the conscious movement. We're not sitting around here. We don't want to hear nobody talk about Egypt no more and Africa no more. We don't heard that to death. We don't seen all the Ivan Van Sertima books and the Dr. Ben books and whatnot. Nobody wants to hear that over and over again, right? And he got offended. I said, we interested in the future. You know what he had to say? He come out, oh, brother, there is no such thing as the future. It's only the past. I said, wow. And I allowed myself to get in a conversation with this simple-minded old man. You understand? Because the whole point of it, after everything we went through and we talked, everything kept coming back to the white man this, the white man that, and he did this to us. But he did this to us, and how you going to blame the victim, and how you going to sit up here and talk about the victim like that? And I said, you know what? I was getting so sick, I wanted to jump across that table and choke the hell out of him, because I was getting angry. The man in me, the one who got piss and vinegar in his veins, the fire in his chest, was getting pissed off at this old soft ass man. We victims. You can't blame the victim. And you talking about black men like they little babies or women or females. This is what you talking about. This is what you including yourself in. You can't blame the victim and this, that. I said, let me tell you something. Then he gives me some analogy talking about, if you was walking down the street and I stuck my foot out and tripped you and you fell and dropped what you had in your hand, do you blame yourself or do you blame me? I said, I blame me all the time because I'm going to always take the power because I should have been bright enough to look down and make sure there wasn't nothing in my path. I will never blame the white man. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of the power over me, unlike you black men seem comfortable in doing. I'm not upset. I wasn't going to flip out. I'm just, like I said, I'm just explaining something. That I'm not going to give people any power over me. You understand? I'm not doing that. I'm not going to give people any power over my destiny or my future. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, I can't do this because the white man and white supremacy and the white power structure. You niggas that say that, that's just an excuse for you not to do nothing because you too lazy to get off your ass and do something. That's really what that's about. So the white man's a good scapegoat. Just like some simple-minded nigga on sit up here and talk about, when I said, yeah, you black men, we need to shave all this hair off our face and stop looking like a bunch of damn funky-faced cavemen. You understand? Stop walking around with this big beards and all this stupid nonsense on our face. Clean up our faces and be real men. Step and start being fathers and fathers to our children and husbands to our wives. And like I said, show by example and do our own business and clean ourselves up. Here it is. Some simple-minded nigga talk. Oh, what we supposed to do? Make the white man a whole bunch of millions of dollars by buying razors from him to clean up our face? I said, really? But you ain't had no problem giving the white man $20 for that Yankee baseball cap or whatever fitted hat you bought from him. You ain't had no problem giving him $50, $60, or $70 or $80 for a pair of sneakers or $200 for a pair of sneakers or $70 or $80 for a pair of jeans. That you didn't have a problem with giving them. It wasn't a white system then, or it wasn't about supporting the white man then. But as soon as it's about cleaning ourselves up and looking presentable, now it's about the white man now. That's the scapegoat. That's the scapegoat. The white man has become the scapegoat for the damn black man and the black woman. To where it's sickening. It's sickening. No, I'm not angry. Not emotional. I'm not, I'm just verbalizing in a strong tone to get attention. I'm not mad at all. All I did when, after I was talking to the simple-minded old Negro, it was just shake my head. Now, he looked at these cards and saw, I put that symbol on there, the Superman and Superwoman, next to the black man and black woman. You know what this old nigga did? You know what he had the nerve to, after I sat and talked to him, built with the brother, shared with him and whatnot, you know what this old nigga gonna say to me? Because I refuse to be all caught up on the past. He gonna say to me, I'm gonna convert you. That's what this old nigga said. I'm going to convert you. I'm going to convert you. In other words, I'm going to get you to be some weak, some spineless nigga like me that's going to sit around and blame the white man all day and talk about white supremacy all day. I'm going to be some spineless nigga. I'm going to make you a spineless nigga like me. You going to learn. I'm going to learn you to be a spineless nigga like me. That's what he should have said. You might as well have said that. He's no different than the black men that was on the plantation that sat up there and talking about, one of them sitting up here talking about, I'm going to escape off here, I'm going to go get free, I'm going to escape. And then you got the old nigga on the plantation that wants to sit up there and talking about, you ain't going nowhere because I'm going to make you stay on the plantation. You're going to learn to be a good slave. That's the same thing. Same thing. Same mindset. You understand that? Because I'm not sitting around here telling about how the white supremacy done beat me down as a so-called black man and whatnot, because I'm trying to find a way out of this thing, because I'm trying to take my people out of this thing to break this circle. This old nigga standing in the way like he going to be the gatekeeper to keep the circle closed, to keep us rotating in this, we just going to always be slaves, and we going to be talking about black power, and we going to be talking about a dream that ain't going to be realized, and we going to keep being victims. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of these niggas in the conscious community and this movement that's talking this nonsense. We need new light coming in. And of course, he hit me with the classic line. I was waiting for this. It ain't nothing new under the sun. I said, yeah, I know it ain't nothing new under the sun, but there's something new coming from beyond it. You damn right. and his name is ᴘᴇᴏᴘᴘᴏRᴛᴇRs. And he was stuck. He was stuck. I couldn't listen to him anymore. And then he takes the flyers, right? The flyers, I get asked him to put on his table, and he puts them in a rubber band. I don't know what he was going to do with them, you know? Probably toss them to the side because it ain't relevant to history. No, we're worried about the future. We're not interested in history. We're worried about the future. That's all we care about. There's nothing that could be done about the history, but you seem content to keep this white supremacy thing going. You seem content to keep this over our heads. You seem content to tell us what we can't do and why we can't do this and what the problem is, because you're the one that's creating obstacles to keep him standing up over us. You building the steps. You in your history talks and everything, like I said, here it is, we talking two men to men about our problem, and you sitting up here telling me about what happened with us and, you know, the past and this, that, and the third. I don't want to hear it. See, the problem is, with a lot of our people, y'all can't imagine the world without white people, but they can damn sure imagine the world without you. They damn sure can. Look at their movies. Look at the TV shows. You understand? They can imagine the world without you. But you can't imagine the world without him. He couldn't have a conversation without me. He couldn't have a conversation with me without having to bring the damn white man up. He couldn't have a decent conversation. He had two men sharing and sharing some intelligence, an older man to a younger man sharing intelligence. Here come the white man in. Here, you got to bring him into it. Just had to bring him into it because he's on your mind. Like that old Willie Nelson song, you were always on my mind. That's how a lot of you niggas are with the white man. He's always on your mind. He's always in the back of your mind. You always emulating him. You always copying him. You always trying to be him, trying to act like him. You black women with these perms in your hair and these blowouts, you trying to be his woman. So don't give me this crap about, oh, white supremacy this and white supremacy. You keep white supremacy going. Every time you get the perm, the heat, the hot comb in your damn head, the creamy crack in your head, you keep white supremacy going. You understand that? Every time you black men are not being actionary in this society for your own evolution, you keep white supremacy going. Anytime you black men stand on the corner smoking weed all day with your pants hanging off your behind, talking about a bunch of nigga nonsense about the football game or talking about who going to trade who and this is our team and our team going to win and our team going to trade this. And here it is, this white man who really owns the team, the one who really owns the team, he's sitting up here making a mint off of you niggas buying jerseys and baseball caps and memorabilia and all this nonsense. No, but, you know, white supremacy, no, you ain't got no control over that. You ain't got no control over that. No. See, this is out of your control. This is out of your league. You understand? It's not, you know, it's the white man's fault that y'all shooting each other down. It's the white man's fault that y'all, you know, that y'all selling drugs in your neighborhood. Because the old man going to say to me, well, you know, who put the drugs in our neighborhood? Oh, but did he make you sell them? Did he make you sell them? No, but who put the drugs in the community? Did he make you sell them? Did he make you sell them? Did he stick a needle in your arm? Did he stick a crack pipe in your woman's mouth? Or did she choose to do that? You understand? What are you, children? See, because this would make sense with children. And children are not going to naturally pick up any crack or any do any of these things. You telling me that you got the mind? What you basically telling me is you got the mind of children. You understand? That's basically what you telling me. That black people got the mind, including himself. You got the mind of a child. The same thing that they advocate or they always say about black people in this white supremacy movement, that black people have the minds of children, that you're not able to be responsible for yourself. This is what they teach. You're not able to be responsible for yourself. This was the argument about slavery and keeping slavery going back in the day, was that black people are simple-minded. They're not able to make decisions for themselves. They're not able to be responsible for themselves. They're like children. And then here come this old nigga talking about, oh, well, who put the drugs in the community? Who did this in our community? Who put the drugs and the bad food in our community? Oh, you had to smoke the crack? You had to shoot the dope? Y'all couldn't have built a supermarket in your own neighborhood? No, right? No. Y'all had to use his stuff. Right? No, he made you not take care of your children. Right? He made you shoot your brother down over something stupid like a color. Right? He made you do that. Or is it that you, like I said, it's not that, and then the old man comes, because like I said, he got to be somewhat of the focal point tonight. He goes, oh, what did he say? He said, he manipulated our way of thinking. The white man is really intelligent. He's really intelligent. He's really smart. I said, no, it's not that he's so smart. It's just that y'all been so dumb. Y'all been so weak and stupid. I'm going to just say it like it is. We victims. We didn't know no better. The black man never came across no type of people like this who was this vicious. What the hell you niggas talking about? You niggas was fighting each other in Africa. What are you talking about? Tribal warfare. Y'all was fighting each other in Africa. So don't give me this crap about, oh, y'all was just so trusting and y'all was just so good and y'all was just so righteous and whatnot. I can't tell. You black men, like I said, when you don't take care of your children, when you beat on your woman, when you do all the stuff you do, you understand? When you molesting children, you acting like the beast. Don't sit up here and tell me, oh, that's not our fault. The white man made us do it. That is the weakest, sorriest excuse for a man. Because you black men want to talk about you gods. You can't even sit up here and call yourself a god. You can't even be men. How the hell you going to talk about you a god and you can't even stand up and be men? But then they'll say, oh, well, brother, you being hard on us. Who is this? And then when you come hard and you come strong like this, these simple-minded niggas will say, oh, well, who is he to be like this with us? Instead of you just swallowing the pill and just knowing, hey, you know what? That brother's right. We ain't been standing up and we ain't been being men. We haven't been taking control of our communities and things like that. The same way the Jews take control of the men, the Jewish men take control of their communities. They're not going to have no madness going on in their community. You understand that? But then you'll call them the devil. Seem like you niggas acting like the devil. If there's any such thing as a devil, you niggas are acting like it. You understand? You allowing all this madness to go on in your so-called community. You allowing shootings and stabbings and fightings and all kind of madness and beating on the women and stuff like that. Don't give me this garbage. You know? But like I said, you keep the supremacy going. You prove them right all the time. Like Heavy D said, they call us animals. I don't agree with them. I'll prove them wrong, but right is what you're proving them. And that song, Self-Destruction, that old school joint from back in the 80s, Self-Destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. You understand? You keep it going. See, when the black man rather stand up and admit that he's been wrong, when the black man stand up and admit that it's all his fault, every last single thing, from slavery to poverty to ignorance to all the things we go through, when the black man ready to stand up and the black woman ready to step and say, you know what, this has been our fault. We allowed all this to go on our watch. God damn it. When we ready to stand up and do that, then you'll start seeing some real supremacy coming up. But see, that won't happen with the black community. That won't happen within the black race. You understand that? That's not going to happen. It'll happen damn sure in the bright race, though, because we're looking at the black race and we are disgusted by you. You understand? The bright ones of us who are amongst the black, the mentally dead, the intelligent ones who are amongst the ignorant, we're sick and tired of you. We're sick and tired of your conscious, a.k.a. unconscious nonsense. We're sick and tired of you talking about how, it's always the white man and whatnot. You're the one that's keeping him supreme. You're keeping his supremacy going. You're keeping his progeny. You're keeping his power here going on the planet. Especially you niggas that sit up here, here's a good one. I am the intellectual ģʟᴜᴜᴜᴜ. I came bringing new intelligence to my people from outside the circle. You understand? Oh, well, where can I read that at? If I can't read that somewhere, then I'm not, and it's not real to me then. Duh, 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 duh. In other words, if the white man don't give his, don't say it's okay, or co-sign on what I said, or said what I said was right, then y'all ain't gonna accept it. You quick to go run to his books, like he know everything, because he's your God. He's really your God. He's really your God. You niggas are not gods. He's your God. You understand that? Nobody's going to stroke your ego tonight. Nobody's stroking your ego tonight. Truth is coming out. We're going to take a call. 510. You're on the air, 510.
Newton, what's up, bro?
What's going on, bro?
Nah, hey, damn, I'm trying to make it down on Sunday. I ain't going to be able to do it. But I really don't have nothing to say tonight, man. You got fire. You saying it all, bro. You saying it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas need to listen, man. This is it right here. I'm a groupie though. You see that post on your wall? That nigga called me a groupie? I'll be a groupie. I'll be a groupie for this right here.
Well, you know what it is. You know what it is. He'll call you a groupie because that's a thing of the damn black man. He don't like to see other black men giving, so-called black men giving each other credit or anything, because he believes all the credit actually belongs to the white man. Now, had you been saying, yeah, if I'd have been a white boy and you would have been giving me some credit or whatever, it wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah.
See, that's the whole thing of keeping the white supremacy alive. Even these so-called niggas with these Egyptian names and these conscious Negroes, they ain't no, they a bunch of Sambos too. They love the white man. They keeping his power structure going too, because they the first ones that want to run to his book. They want to talk like him. They want to act like him. They want to come up with all these abstract, long, drawn-out explanations when it's very, very simple. You understand? They want to do all this double talk and whatnot, causing confusion, because that's the trait of the beast, and they done picked up that trait and they running with it. They the ones that keeping his supremacy alive.
Yeah, man. You on fire, man. You on fire. I'm just gonna listen, man. Cause you're doing it all. You're saying it all, brother. You're saying it all. Just mute me out, cause I'm on the line, baby. I'm on the line.
All right. We riding tonight. All right, Reggie. We talk. All right. Peace. Like I said, we're not going to sit up here any longer. We're not going to sit up here any longer as bright men and bright women who are coming into the future and blame nobody for our mistakes that we made, that we allowed to take place. The hell with the black race who want to still keep doing that, who want to be caught in this perpetual nonsense and this ignorance. See, because when you do that, when you talk about the white man this and he's the reason why we ain't got that, don't you understand? Don't you understand that you keeping his power going? Don't you understand that he loves that? He loves to see you on your knees begging. He loves to see you asking for handouts and scraps. Don't you know he loves that? You understand? He loves to see our people on their hands and knees. Even you niggas in the conscious community, you on your hands and knees. You on your hands and knees. You running and you supporting his conspiracy books. You sitting up here going and buying Soylent Green and what else? You buying all of these so-called conspiracy books, and all you doing is making the authors, these white authors, rich. You understand? All you doing is making these white authors rich. You think they really telling you the truth? You think they're really going to tell you the truth? You understand? I don't care how much conspiracy books you read, and you niggas keep reading the same conspiracy books over and over and over again, making these people rich. You understand? Making your what's the guy's name that you niggas love so much, especially you conscious groupies and you conspiracy nuts. What's the guy, David Icke and all these guys? You making them rich by buying their books, by supporting their CDs, talking about the Illuminati and 666. That's white power right there. You helping contribute to white power. Because what is he telling you? And like I said, whether it's true or not, whether these people exist or not, it don't matter. What the hell you going to do about it anyway? Oh, well, that's good to know, brother. I mean, it's always good to know some information, brother. It's always good to have some information, shin. Yeah. It's just good to know. Just something to fill your niggas' heads up with. so that y'all can do nothing with it. So that becomes useless information. Because you're not going to do nothing with it anyway. You're still going to smoke your weed. You're still going to go and play the PlayStation. You're still going to go buy your Yankee baseball caps. And you're still going to go to the conscious meeting like you've been doing. You understand that? You're still going to be doing the same things you've been doing. Like as if that makes a difference if you know about the Illuminati or Soylent Green or the stuff. You're going to still go to the nigger mart and buy the same garbage food. You're still going to support their structure. You're still not going to get up and do nothing for yourself. So I don't want to hear you talking about the conspiracy and things like that, that we had to kick a guy out of the room for that. He got mad because we were looking for a solution to the problem. They want to keep talking about the problem because they get off on that. Because they want to be in this perpetual love affair, hate-love relationship with the damn white man. They want to be in this perpetual hate and love thing with him. He's the devil, you God. You know what I'm saying? He, the beast, the devil. And like I said, the only reason I talk about the white man, I said that, but I don't hate the white man. I don't hate him any more than I hate the black man. I could care less about neither one. Has nothing to do with my evolution. The only thing the black man and the white man got to do with my evolution is that I watch both of y'all and I move beyond y'all. I don't want to be caught up in your nonsense. That's it. That's it. I don't want to be caught up in y'all racial garbage. I don't want to hear it. You understand? Because, like I said, you black men, if y'all came to power, you talk about your black supremacy. If you black men came to power, you niggas wouldn't be doing nothing work. You wouldn't even do on the level of the damn white man. You wouldn't, like I said, you wouldn't keep a DEA going. You wouldn't get a police department going. You niggas would be so corrupt. Like I said, you hand the black man over. You hand the black man over America tomorrow night. And what are you black men going to do? You'll be begging for the white man to take back control. I guarantee you within 24 hours, if you was put in a position where you had to rule and be in charge and you had to, by law, by gunpoint, by anything, okay, if the white man came and all the nations came and they put a gun to the black man's head, all the black men who wanted power, and they said, okay, you got to be the president, you got to be the drug enforcement, you got to be over the DEA, you got to be over all the police departments, you got to be over all these things, and you cannot shirk your responsibilities and duties about policing these states and these countries and this country and whatnot. You give that over to the black man tonight, by tomorrow night he'll be begging for the white man to take back control. I guarantee that. He'll be begging the damn white man to take back control because you black men don't want responsibility. You want him to be in charge. So you contribute to white supremacy. You contribute to it. Anytime you black women sitting up here buying $400 Louis Vuitton bags, you understand? $1,000 this, I got Versace this, Louis this. You black women refuse to make your own. Like I said, you refuse to support your own designers or support black women who making clothes and whatnot. Or why don't you black women, much as you brag about being the biggest consumers. And you niggas are actually proud of that, being the biggest consumers in this country, a.k.a. giving your money to the white man for spinning rims and $80,000, $90,000 cars that you can't afford and $400 bags. Since you like to brag so much about how much of big consumers you are, y'all ain't going to take that money and be like, you know what? When you sisters take that money and be like, I'm going to start a fashion company and whatnot, and I'm going to make beautiful skirts and dresses and things and for my sisters, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to become a millionaire, and I'm going to put on my own fashion shows, and it's going to be bigger than Fashion Week in New York. Y'all ain't going to do that. You'd rather support the white man. You understand? That's how y'all are, especially you conscious ones. You'd rather support the white man, Or you'll sit up here and come with an African theme or some nonsense where only a few people are going to buy it. You're not going to make something where it's going to be accessible to everybody. You understand? You don't think on that level. You think in a small community. That's not the white man. The white man thinks internationally. That's why he'll have white people wearing his clothes, black people, Asian, everybody, East Indian, everybody will wear his clothes. He makes clothes for everybody to wear. But y'all want to make clothes just for y'all, in that little small thing. Like I said, that's why he operates on a major scale, because he makes himself international. You understand? He makes himself international. Y'all want to stay in this whole African mind frame. You understand? He puts himself out all over the world. He increases his power. He ain't thinking about y'all. Y'all thinking about him. You understand? He done turned the black man and black woman out, screwed y'all, and left y'all on the side of the bed, lost and forgotten. You understand? He done had his way with you already. He done moved on. He talking about going to damn space. Now, he ain't thinking about you niggas. Y'all still sitting around here talking about black supremacy and white supremacy and going against the white man. He talking about going to space. He ain't thinking about you niggas. You understand that? But y'all didn't get the wake-up call yet because you still sitting around here mad. Your mind is still blown from the last 40, 50 years. Y'all still blown over that. Or some of y'all ain't even thinking on that level. All y'all care about is the next Yankee cap you going to get or the next shorty you going to kick it to and who you going to bag up. That's all you thinking about. When you headed to the damn strip club to throw some dollar bills down some chick crotch. That's all you niggas thinking about. You understand? And how much of the white man liquor you could get drunk off. That's all you niggas think about. That's all you simple-minded niggas think about. You understand? He talking about going to space and exploring other planets in the solar system. All you niggas can sit around and do is talk about some nonsense. The football game, the basketball game, who you going to screw, how many fake dollar bills you going to get at some stripper in some club somewhere. How much weed you going to smoke, how much cocaine you going to snort. You know, I don't even feel sorry. Like I said, when I see all people dying out here a lot of times, I don't feel sorry. I'm going to say it like that. And that might be hard and it might sound cruel and whatnot, but a lot of you niggas need to be put to death because you serve no goddamn purpose. None. You understand that? I'm not going to cry for you. We're not crying for you. You know, we're not crying for you. Nobody's going to sit around here and cry for you. We ain't got no sympathy for we shouldn't have no sympathy for a bunch of useless niggas. You understand? We ain't got no sympathy for people who want to sit around and constantly, perpetually make the wrong decisions. We don't got no sympathy for you no more. See, this is where the separation has to take place. This is where we have to shed our skin, shed off the insanity of our people. You understand? Because being around niggas, you know, you start picking up nigga ways. Being around niggas, you start to pick up nigga ways. You know, the bright race, y'all need to get away from the niggas because you'll pick up their ways. You'll start saying simple-minded things. You'll start thinking on a sub-mental level. You start finding yourself engaging in simple-minded conversations. You understand that? This is exactly why the separation, I keep talking about the separation taking place into our own communities, separate from the black race. This is why. We're not going to keep sitting up here and saying, oh, well, you know, that's kind of harsh, brother. Why you feel that way? Why you got to say that, brother? That ain't right. Yeah, and the hell it is right. Yes, it is right. It's very right. It is very right and on point. You understand? I'm just saying what Elijah said. Elijah didn't say it that way, but he was really saying it when they got the Nation of Islam. They were separating from the black race all along. The separation been happening. You know, the separation been happening. When you had Garvey come with the UNIA and you had over 1 million black people, I think it was like 2-3 million black people in the UNIA. That was a big old nigger fest. You know why that was a big old nigger fest? Because Marcus Garvey didn't have any rules. He didn't really have any strict codes of conduct and any rules. That's why they let anybody in there. You understand? They didn't really have any strict code of conduct or any rules. So Elijah Muhammad was wise enough, and his boy Fard, they was wise enough to see, you know, you have to create an organization or a movement with rules. You understand? You have to create something with rules purposely to keep the niggas out. You understand? The people who are going to sit up here and cry about, oh, well, we can't do this because the white man this and the white man that and the white man this and the white man that. You had all these people whispering in Garvey's ear. See, but when you put codes of conduct in place, rules to live by, and things like that, and ways to govern yourself, you're going to get the strongest people mentally that are going to live by it. And the ones who are weak, they're not going to live by it. They're going to stay out of your way. They're not going to join it. They're not going to be a part of it. You understand? So then the number cuts down. That's called nigger control. You understand? You know, when you start putting in rules and order and structure and things like that, when you start putting that stuff in there, then you keep all the worst people out. You keep the niggas out, the people who want to come and bring chaos, who want to bring in white supremacy. Because you niggas, y'all sneak white supremacy in with y'all every minute. Even in the conscious community, they sneak white supremacy in the door. Minute you start having a conversation with these guys, one of the things to say, oh well, even you so-called black militant cats. Oh yeah, we're gonna get together. Here's a conversation I had with a black militant cat. Oh yeah, we're gonna get together and we're gonna do our thing and we're gonna come together collectively. Oh well, you know, if that happened, brother, you know the white man ain't gonna like that. So what we gonna have to do when the white man come? Why'd you put the white man in that? Well, I'm saying, brother, that's the reality that the white man ain't gonna like what's gonna happen. Why'd you bring him into anything? That's white supremacy. That's white supremacy at its finest. You understand? That's you niggas bringing in the white man. Wherever we talking about the evolution of our people, you take the white man out of the equation with the majority of our people, they wouldn't know what to do, especially you so-called black supremacists or you black militants, you black this and you black that, or you take the white man out, not giving our people any handouts or any hand ups or whatever you looking for from the white man. Like I said, our people wouldn't even know how to think or survive. And that's sad. It's sad but true. You understand that? It's sad, but true. I gotta play some music. I know what I want to play. I'm gonna look for it. You know, I want this song especially for you know, the people that love to keep this thing alive. Let me look for my song. See, because this is ridiculous. We're not gonna keep going back and forth. We're not gonna keep this thing alive of the white man this and the white man that, and like I said, every time you come out of your face with this is what we're gonna get. I don't know what this number 11111 call is, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I kind of suspect it'll be foolishness, but I'm going to take it anyway. I'll take a shot. 1111. You're on air.
Greetings. I don't know if it's me or not. Is it?
I'm sorry. Say it again now?
I said greetings. Okay, so obviously the 1111 was me.
Okay,
My name is Energy Divine Balance, and I agree with you 100%. However, like you said, if we take that whole white man out of the equation, what will we do? It's time that we have to start looking within self, analyzing self, realizing who and what we are so we can rise up. And I really do feel that we're coming upon that in our evolution anyway. Not everybody's meant to know these things that you speak of today, brother. And I'm going to be honest with you. I just tuned in within the last 2 minutes. So I didn't catch the whole blog because I was off doing research elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And I hope you can hear me without me breaking up and stuff like that.
You're coming in very clear, sister. I hear you really go. I hear you.
Great, wonderful. Because I don't like wasting energy. That is one of my most precious resources here in this realm. And that's another thing. We got to understand that we're in a dimension in which it's not a physical thing that we need to focus on. We really need to acknowledge who and what we truly are. That's why I go by Energy Divine Balance. I introduce myself as that, and I only answer to that. As the old adage go, it doesn't matter what they call you, it's what you answer to that matters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a handout from the white man, because now that's more or less like the boogeyman. We need to stop blaming our so-called issues, even though, now we got to keep it real, white supremacy has done its job on the person of color in this matrix at this time through the 9 major facets of activity, which is economics, education, entertainment, labor law, politics, religion, sex, and war. However, you as an individual have the ability within yourself to break free of that if you so choose. And for those who have not made that choice, okay, give them a bag of barbecue chips, goddamn soda, send them on down the road. They're meant to drown. It's okay. Not everybody's meant to be here. So I'm not real concerned about those people who are still talking, especially your so-called revolutionaries, the white man is, back to Africa and blah, blah, blah. If you're not talking about within your own self, then what are you really talking about? It doesn't make sense to me to get all riled up about a system that has to collapse regardless, because as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end, and there's really no beginning or end if you have true understanding, overstanding, understanding, whatever garbage you choose to use. If you have knowledge of self, you really don't have to confuse yourself with all this nonsense in all reality, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I only caught 2 minutes, if that much, of your blog. I seen it posted on my page, and I'm like, oh, dang, it's like the brother's supposed to be. I didn't even know what the topic was going to be. But then when I seen it, I was like, black people are the biggest supporter of white supremacy. Exactly. Those 9 major facets that Neely, that's where I got those from Neely Fuller Jr. And I read the book, and I am an owner of the book, The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. And it is something that we all support because that is the system at this time. But we must realize that we have the opportunity to generate currency. Then stop calling it money. We don't need to worry about currency in order to maintain ourselves here in this environment, because we all came here with a gift, skill, and talent that is supposed to help us sustain ourselves and our offspring while we're here. But we choose to, I got to get a job. I got to punch a clock. I got to have this. I got to have that, because we were taught that. And it's a trickle-down effect. Moms and dads, they taught us this. But I have to call the ladies to the floor on this one, though, in all reality, because it's in your womb that we are formed. And it's the thoughts that we keep while we're forming the beings in us or ushering in the new ancestors. And that's why things have gotten so out of control, because we have forgotten who we are. We are the great mothers. We are the cosmic womb. We are the source of life. So we need to make sure that we are conscious in every step that we take, from the 9 thoughts that we have, from the foods that we take in, to the sounds that we take in, from be it the radio. I hope we're not still doing the TV thing, but, from television and things of that nature, the conversations or the company you keep. Hope we're being very mindful of how we're taking these things in, especially when we are carrying children or carrying the future, basically. So women, we got to pay attention to what we're doing, because we're the first one to run them down to the Reverend T.C. Chicken Wings Church and get them believing into this blue-eyed, blonde hair thing outside of themselves, instead of making sure that they have and continue to keep knowledge of self once they come into this matrix, because we're here to learn, not forget, but learn. And a lot of our situation is because we have forgotten, and that's why we support so-called white supremacy. If we stop giving, or if we stop acting like we don't remember who we are, then it can't have supremacy. It only exists because we give it that power.
Well, let me say something, sister. Let me say something, sister. You know what it is? It's remembering and who we were, and we are. It's the people who are not crafting out a future. Because this is the argument I got in with an older gentleman today when he talked about the past and who we are and the ancestors and things like that. I said people are resting too much on the laurels of the past and what people did in the past, the Egyptians, the Africans and all that. Mm-hmm. We're in another day, and we're supposed to be laying out our future. And we're supposed to be showing these children by example what the future holds and what we're doing as today. They don't care about the past. They don't care about that. They care about the present.
Well, no. They don't care about it because we don't make it prevalent. We do not acknowledge our ancestors because, first and foremost, if you don't recognize that you are an ancestor, then, of course, you're not going to make sure that you keep ancestry alive within your own home. Now, me personally, I educate my children at home. I'd be damned if I send them into a system that's hell-bent on destroying them. That don't make no sense. But when I leave up out of here, and yes, I still go out here on the plantation and pick my cotton because I have 3 offspring that I have to support, but I do have the gift, skills, and talents, and that's what I was doing my research on. It's time for me to break away from the plantation. I have to. There's too many gift, skills, and talents that I have to support myself and my offspring. There's no way that I ought to continue to stay on the plantation knowing what I know, who and what I am. So, yes, I educate my children at home. We eat live food because we are live bodies. So, therefore, our medicine is our food. But not all of our youth are getting that, and because it's the female who choose. I don't care if the father's in the home or the daddy's in the home, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. I need a good man. I need a good man. Who's raising them? Who's raising them? You let him sit in the house to 18, 22, 38, sit on the couch talking about, mama, make me a sandwich. You ain't raising no good man, and then when he out there giving the next sister hell, then you mad with her, and it's just a vicious cycle. It all goes back to knowledge of self, and when you say they don't care about the past, you have to make sure that not only do they care about the past, but you have to show them by example, by letting them know that you are the past, reincarnated here in the present to do greater things in the future. But see, we have gotten that all kind of twisted. That's where I stand with it.
Well, I'll say this. You know, they need living examples. They need They need to see people doing. They need to see people doing things every day. They, trying to tell them about, the past. Like I said, the past is prologue. And when we advocate in the state of mental is making the future prevalent in ourselves by doing things every day collectively and building an intelligence community or an intelligence collectively and selectively. And selectively.
Yes,
we don't want everybody with us. We don't want the black race with us. We don't want everybody in the black race with us. We doing things collectively and selectively, and we are trying to show by example to give them something to look at for when young brothers come, young sisters come, and whatnot, who are looking for something, a way out of this circle or outside the box to come together and have something. But if people are talking and they like, well, where's the example? Like I always give the example of the Nation of Islam back in the days under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Though a lot of people didn't agree with his program, whether it was Islam or whatever he was using, it worked because it had a lot of younger people. It gave them an alternative to join the nation and be a part of something, clean themselves up, and people tried to knock that down. But, it was the only thing. It was a good thing that helped in the evolution of our people. So, nobody else was offering anything but talk. This man was offering action, so.
Yeah, and one of the things that I recently learned about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and although I do not practice any world religion, however, I do stand on Ma'at myself because, one, I'm a Libra, so it's just natural that I would preach Ma'at and utilize Ma'at as my foundation within my own domicile or on my own sacred space, which is home. So I rear the seeds up on truth, balance, and order. We recite the 42 principles daily, and we also let it be known what we have done in that day. We're not going to lie to ourselves. However, one of the things that I like, and I just recently learned about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, was the fact that the horticulture or the agriculture aspect of the movement that in which he had implemented. See, I had just recently learned that, and I was floored. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We need to learn how to grow food again, till the land. We need to learn how to mend our own clothes or make our own clothes, which is one of the things these are two things. Well, actually all three things I do, and build our own shelters. Now, I am, first of all, as I said, I am a single mother of 3 offspring, a 15-year-old male, a 6-year-old female, and a 3-year-old male. I recently finished a horticulture and agriculture program. I do hair. I make clothes for children, women, and men, home decor, original artwork, and accessories. I work on cars. I am a carpenter. And these are trades that I've taken up over the years, and I'm 39 years old now. I am a plumber. I was once licensed in HVAC until they made it, you had to get relicensed to utilize Freon, and that was done in 93. So I didn't get certified, but I can go in there and still figure out what's going on with the heater or the AC unit if necessary. I know how to do roofing. I do know how to lay brick. I do know how to do concrete finishing. So I took upon myself, which I'm grateful that I had the ability and the sense of mind to start learning how to actually sustain myself in this matrix without white folks telling me, oh, well, you need an education of this, that, and the other thing. I dropped out in the 6th grade. Most people don't realize, and they usually won't believe that. I did not go no more. Now, they put me in the 9th grade after the 6th grade, but I stayed there about a month and a half, and then I was done with it. And then a few years later, I went to Job Corps. And I got the building and apartment maintenance skills under my belt, which one of the Job Corps, we built a daycare from the ground up. That's where I got my building skills in from. And then when I left Pittsburgh, when I went to the one in Tennessee, that's where I got my maintenance skills in at. So therefore, I mean, it's just a matter of what it is that drives you. And me personally, it's always been truth. But again, being a Libra, carrying the scales, being connected to my I as I am, there was no other way. So then when my first seed came along at 23, being pregnant, and it's forming in me, oh, my goodness. I was blackballed in Raleigh, couldn't get a gig because I would leave in a heartbeat. White folks piss me off, I'm out. I ain't got this to do. Because I was really militant then. I really, really was, but I couldn't get it out, articulated in a way that was necessary without me going to jail. So I would just, I resigned. I'm done. But I got blackballed. The 9-year relationship had just dissipated, and I'm carrying his child that he always desired by me, which I didn't know. And then I lose my place. But I was at peace throughout the entire pregnancy, and it shows in Daniel Napier. It shows. And it's a beautiful thing. And he is one of my greatest teachers. He taught me how to be the parent that he needed in order for him to become the person that he came here to be. See, a lot of women don't look at it like this. We look at them as our possession. Oh, you're going to be a doctor. You're going to be a lawyer. You're going to be this. You're going to be that. You don't know what that person came here to do. However, it is your job to make sure that they still keep and retain knowledge of self.
Well,
that's why I'm saying that.
Well, one of the things we need, and I got to go since I got the calls, but one of the things our people need to get ourselves back together is we need a new nation, we need a new society, we need a new state, we need a new movement. We need another nation of Islam, but without the Islam, and that's what we're doing in the state of Intel, because we have to have men in place, we have to have women in place, we have to have healthy relationships. We need another community like the Jews got their community separate from the black community. This is what I advocate within the state of Intel, an intelligence movement for a next generation, which we refer to as the bright race that are coming out of the black race, because the black race is finished. It's on its last leg. Our people are not doing anything. The so-called black race is not doing anything. We in the future with this. But it was good speaking to you, sister. Much respect to you for everything that you're doing.
Appreciate you also, brethren. Peace.
All right. Peace, sister. Okay. Take another 111 call. See another 111 up here. All right. Hold on a second. There you go. Silent Joe Black. Hello? Hello? Silent Joe Black. 111? Okay. Let me see who that is. Hello? Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey. Hello? Silent Joe Black?
Yeah, this is Silent Joe Black. How's it?
How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Now, let me go ahead and ask you, how do you expect to accomplish all those things, forming your own country within a country that's already been developed?
Well, first of all, I didn't say anything about forming a country. No, I didn't say that. I talked about a group of people coming together collectively and moving forward collectively and getting ourselves from up under this mindset that people are in control of what we do, or people are in control of how we think, because the problem with our people is mental. It has nothing to do with society or racism. It's all a mental problem with us.
Okay. And the system that you would want to change, is it not true that a good portion of people are utterly dependent on that?
Well, we don't have anything to do with those people. We don't have anything to do with those people. That's for the black race. We're not interested in the black race, nor are we interested in the white race.
Okay. I got you. So you want to isolate yourselves with black people, or do you want white people? Or
we don't want none of y'all.
We don't want anybody.
We don't want any. We want the bright race. We want the bright race, the intelligent
race,
the ones who are coming out of the black race. See, because this whole black thing and this whole white thing, when there's no such thing as a black race, you're talking about a group of people who are physically brown people who have married themselves into that terminology to be the opposite end or the opposite spectrum of the white race. We're not doing that. We're smarter than that. So we're not marrying ourselves onto that. You're making reference to the black race. You got to go, focus that energy there. That's not here. We're not dealing with that.
Okay, all right. And one thing though is I'm Hispanic and I come from a Hispanic background. The one thing I've noticed though is that our groups clash a little bit too much, and I think they're fighting over resources. And I just wonder, what are you going to do with your group when you have so much infighting from outside because of lack of resources?
We're not, like I said again, our worry is not the worry of the black race. We're not interested in, like I said, because that would be more of a worry if a person like myself was trying to be a so-called black leader or was focused on black people. But like I say, it's always going to be a group or an elect group of people who are going to come out of the black race who are, where you don't have to worry about large numbers of people fighting over resources. So that's not my worry.
I'm saying it's all or none because you're going to be bundled in with the rest of them.
No, it's not going to be bundled in with anybody.
It is. It is.
No, it's not. Actually not. Because the black race already, we causing a separation within the black race already. So, it's starting gradually to tear anyway. So it's already separated. We don't care who tries to group anybody in with anybody. We're not interested in that.
Well,
that's somebody else.
That's somebody else. Separating yourselves and starting something better. But from a realistic perspective, I mean, it's gonna end badly for everybody unless you get the whole
it's not going to end bad. No, it's not going to. That's not going to ever happen. The whole group is never going to be brought up because in any evolution that takes place, it's always going to be the strongest who are strong mentally and physically going to survive. It's never going to be the whole group. So, all right.
All right.
All right. Okay, one more call in. Hello?
Hey, Newman, this is Rich.
Hey, how you doing?
That was interesting, man.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I hope he understood. I don't think he did, but I hope. Would you guys stop it, please? I hope he understood what you were saying, but I don't think he did.
No, he didn't, because he obviously thinks our concerns are that of the black race. Our concerns are not of the black race. We separating ourselves from the black race. We don't want to have nothing to do with the black race, because the black race, all they care about is PlayStation and Nintendo and Yankee baseball caps and running behind the white man. That's what we're not interested in that. You can better deal with a smaller group of people who are focused in mentally and whatnot on something beyond that, beyond the whole racial thing, then you can deal with a whole race of people. Because, as I said, the evolution of a whole group of people is never going to happen. He's talking about something being impossible. That's impossible.
Exactly. He's talking about fighting over food also. Did you hear him?
Yeah, I heard him. Yeah,
talking about fighting over food. I'm not. Now, I know he's still listening. I know you're still listening, bro. And I'm not talking bad about you, but I don't understand I understand what you're saying, but it's really irrelevant to what we're talking about here.
Yeah,
we're not gonna fight over food because we are of a higher intellect, and I'm quite sure we'll make sure that we have enough food.
Yeah,
I think he's talking about some end of the world type, government type stuff. I'm not even. Let
me tell you something. And for the listener who's saying, y'all aren't in charge of anything. The white man is not in charge of anything. The black man is not in charge of anything. No man is in charge of anything. You're given dominion over the planet by a higher source, by a God race. You are, because if this God race wants to come, the people that created you didn't create this thing, so you don't control this thing and you don't decide when it ends. If the beings that created this thing decide when this thing ends, then that's it for everybody. The white man, the black man, the East Indian, you Puerto Ricans, all you Spanish, that's the end for everybody. Y'all nothing but a bunch of roaches on the planet. That's it. That's all you are.
That's it.
You didn't create anything. You didn't start this thing in motion, and you, like I said, you don't have any. You have no power to end this thing.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's simple, and that's it right there. There are people waiting for things to happen. They're waiting for the world to end. They're waiting for America to fall. You know what I'm saying?
The world already ended. The world has already ended, and a new world is beginning. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. The world already done ended. Like I said, especially as of this year, coming into the next year, the world has already ended. Nobody's thinking, y'all, white supremacy, black supremacy. Nobody gives a damn. It's all about white supremacy. It's all about white supremacy. It's about the ones who in tune. Huh?
So briefly, when you hear people talking about Ma'at and all, and you know, what do you feel about that? Doesn't that make you? That's just. Listen. That's the conscious movement. I'm telling you, that's some conscious movement shit. Because I was there. I was reading in Ma'at. This sister said that she recites the negative confessions daily. Did you hear that?
I mean, that's her thing, brother. Like I said, we not linked into none of that stuff. We moving forward, and we moving based on what we receiving right now from the ascension. We're not interested in the ancestors. We're interested in the ascendants, the beings who are yet to come into the state, the ones who are already living in the future. And that's beyond all these men that's sitting up here thinking they in charge of something. You control nothing here. You just, like I said, you walking around, like I said, just for the time being. And like I said, you're going to die. And when you have your time to go off of this planet, that ain't got nothing to do with man. That's God. You understand? He just uses man as an instrument. That's why I don't fear anything. I don't worry about nothing. Yeah. You know, like I said, that's not faith. That's not belief. That's reality. Like I said, you have a man who will get shot 50 times, whatever, and still be walking around if it was not his time to get out of here. And then you have the guy get hit one time, and that's it for him. Yeah, man. You're not going nowhere until it's dictated that you leave.
Yeah, that analogy you just used when you used the first time, that shit touched me, man. That shit's real.
Yeah, that's real. We ain't all that nonsense they talking about. These people talking about the past and, all this other stuff. I'm not interested in all that stuff from the past. And when the past is prologue, people trying to find energy in things that happened already when you're supposed to be linking to the things that happened to have yet to come. That's what you're supposed to. That's where your power source is in the future, not the past. Because they was trying to leak into the future from the past back then. They was trying to leak into the future.
Yeah, that's profound right there. Hey, remember you were saying you was talking to the old brother about putting your flyers there?
Yeah.
Hey man, that's why I was trying to tell Brother Crazy what the things that the so-called teachers, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, all of those guys, what it does to people, man. You see how stuck on that shit he is? Yeah. How old is he? How old was he?
He got to be at least the guy had to be in his 70s.
See, that's why I was trying to tell Dr. Crazy, with Miss Oswald Crazy. I was trying to tell him that, it's good. It has its benefits, but it certainly is not all good.
As of 2013, it has no more benefits. The end.
There it is.
The end. As of 2013, which represents 1 in 3, 13 represents a new day or a new beginning. It has no more benefits. Egyptology, Ma'at, none of that has no more benefits for it. It's only there to make people. It's no different than Christianity, Islam, Judaism. It's just to make people feel good. And then we're not interested in making people feel good or bad. We're interested in making people necessary, dealing with people who are necessary. That's it.
No, man, I swear, blood. I don't. This is it, bro. I'm telling you, this is the movement right here, man. I swear I wasn't gonna get. I used to be with the Black Family movement and all that, and after that, I said I was never gonna get with these niggas in another movement. I'm telling you though, this right here. When I heard you talking about the future, ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody talking about building nothing for the future since Elijah Muhammad. Nobody. This is the new movement. Niggas need to get in line, man. Niggas need to get in line. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is it, bruh.
Yeah, well, like I said, our concern is not that of the black race. The black race, they're gonna be scrounging and scurrying for food and Jordans and breaking in places for TVs when things do go down. I'm not interested in none of that nonsense. So let me take this other call, Raj.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you.
All right.
All right, peace.
Peace. Okay. Poverty Supreme.
What's going on, my brother? We spoke last week. Still, I would like to join what you lot are doing, but I like the subject today. as usual, you know. I mean, you're right all the way. I mean, that's our problem. You know, we complain about this, the devil, all the time. Sorry for using that term, because I know you know, I've heard I've heard probably all your blogs anyway, all your radio shows, but you know, I don't hear them all the time live. So, you know, but I've still got that bit of a, you know, still, you know, need things to get out of my doctrine, my own doctrine. But you know what I mean, like, we buy into the crap. You understand? Black people, we buy into it, this shit, all the time. You see what I'm saying, my brother? All the people that we idolize, Nicki Minaj, Jay-Z, you know, they've got all these, they're wearing all these other people's labels, and they ain't wearing, they're not showing nothing, you know, like what we've done, you know. You got guys like Farrakhan, he says we got to do for ourselves, but he shops and buys from white people every day. You see what I'm trying to say? And what I don't like as well, our people, we can't see the hustle. And it's irritating. We vote, you know, we go to church with these pastors who's making a whole load of money. You know what I mean? They're driving the biggest car. You know, all organization, black organization, is always someone at the top hustling us, another black person. That's why, you know, that's why we can't get to where we need to go. And that's why, you know, like you say, some of us are going to need to go. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And, you know, I to the point, if it's me, it's me. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there has to be a purification. Has to go on, you know. And I when things do crumble finally, because I just think it's good. You know, I'm happy for that shit. But, you know, I don't want to be around a bunch of niggas. You see what I'm trying to say?
Hey, that's what the whole thing is. You know, like I said, like that guy who called in, you know, there's an evolution taking place, and the majority of our people are not going to be part of this evolution. They're not going to be part of it. You understand? That there's no more all this black this and black that and black power rangers and all this other nonsense. Look, we done. We done with this. Enough of this madness, enough of this Ma'at business, enough of this Egyptology talk, enough of this black revolution, black, red, and green crap, enough of this Yankee baseball cap niggas. We tired of these blunt smokers and these Jesus Christ peace wearers. The hell with them, because they the damn problem, and we need to separate from these people if we want to survive. The intelligent ones of our people, the ones, like I said, this has to happen. This is the total answer to our problem. We're not going to sit up here and have people sitting on. I said we need a new society, a new movement, a new nation, a new community. Like I said, same way the nation was, but without the Islam. We need that. If the black man is not willing to straighten, so-called black man is not ready to evolve into the bright man and away from the black race, and the bright woman is not ready to come out from amongst the black woman, then we're not going to make it as a people. That's the whole. This is the only way out for us. The hell with everybody else, because nobody cares about us. The hell with the white man, the black man, everybody. So now I said, if it sounds crazy, they think, oh, well, what is this guy who's saying this? Is he a black guy? He's saying the hell with black people and white people and everybody. Yeah, I said the hell with all of y'all, because, like I said, y'all keep this thing going in rotation. Y'all all working hand in hand.
Yep. And, you know, we give the devil more strength every day. We shop there, we complain. That's giving them energy. We buy and shop from them. That's giving them their power. You know, we say to ourselves, oh, you know, we complain every day about the jobs that we go to and stuff. And I'm past complaining, you know, brother. That's one thing. I don't complain anymore, because it is what it is. At the end of the day, I can't bother to sit down and complain, because niggas don't want to do shit. They don't want to make no businesses. They don't want to do their own shit. And I'm telling my brothers out here, can we make a business? I said, we could do a pawnbroker. They said, but they ain't no sort of movement sort of thing. Listen, bro, fuck the rest of these people, we got to capitalize on these motherfuckers. And everyone. Because if they don't want to come with us, then, you know, they can get extorted. They can, you know what I mean? They can...
Well, let me say this last thing about this white supremacy thing again. White supremacy is nothing but an excuse for the black man not to do nothing.
That's
you know
right, brother.
That's all white supremacy is to the black man. It's just an excuse for him not to do nothing. That's all. You know, all that other nonsense about, you know, white people doing this and white people doing that. Like I said, it's really not that deep. You know what I'm saying?
What?
The black man is okay with the way things are here.
No. My brother, you know, I agree with everything you're saying. I wouldn't let a white man tell me that. Personally, a white man couldn't come and tell me these things that you're telling me. Only a black man could tell me. Only a man like yourself, a man who's got knowledge, can tell me that. Because, you know what I mean? Like I said, wherever you're getting, if you say you don't read no books here, wherever you're getting this from is right on. Because I've read books that can, and I've seen things that can back up everything that you say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like, you know, like I said, it's like when the devil came to Africa and took us out. He took a certain type, a certain phenotype. Like you were saying earlier on, you said on your other ones, your other shows, they took a certain one. They were looking for certain people. That was us. And now we've got to come out of these niggas, these black people. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, just crabs in a bucket. You know, you tell the black man on what I say that no organization can work. No organization within the government. And then I'm saying, but let's do our thing anyway. They're saying, but if you're saying no organization, you know, niggas just hear. You know what makes me mad about black people? They hear what they want to hear. Even the so-called conscious ones. They only hear what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the full message or the fullness of what you're saying. They just want to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, they got selective hearing. That's really all that is. But we getting short on time. Let me play this song out and then
keep on doing your good work, though, brother. Keep on doing, and you know I want to train as well, you know, brother. You need to get something sorted out down here, man.
We saw it. Where you at? You in England, right?
Yeah, I'm in London, man.
Okay,
I'm in
all right.
London,
You my Facebook friend?
No, I'm not. I ain't got the Facebook.
That's right. You told me you ain't got.
I'm gonna open up one. You know, I'm gonna open up one because I have to. But I'm gonna definitely open up one. It's just that, you know, I'm not really. You know what it was, my brother. You know, back in the day, I used to do bad things, and I didn't want my shit all on the internet or anything. You know, I was paranoid. You know, so.
Well, it's time to straighten out, brother. We straightening ourselves out. We cleaning ourselves up.
That's what I say to you, my brother. I'm not perfect by no means.
Well, nobody's perfect, brother, but we got to straighten and clean ourselves up because we can't blame nobody for our problems if we got dirty clothes in our backyard. So we trying to clean ourselves up. We cleaning our faces up. We cleaning ourselves up. Like I said, this is a re-jump. Like I said, you know, we need another nation of Islam, but without the Islam. Same way it was under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Same structure as far, but new knowledge, advanced way of thinking. You know, take ingredients from the old, like even with Dr. Malachi Z. York and them, take ingredients that work for our people and continue with a higher intelligence. And that's what we're doing in the state of Mentel. So this is the evolution right here, brother.
Yes, right? My brother. Yes, my brother. I'm definitely, you know, all I have to do is add you on the Facebook, and then that's it, right? I'm in.
Yeah. Intellectual Nuben Menkares. I'll be there. You'll see it.
Yeah, you know, I come here all the time, so, you know.
All right.
But thank you. Keep on doing the work, my brother, man, because, you know, we need, you know.
And stay off them conscious shows, man. They ain't talking about nothing. I seen you in there listening.
Yeah, listen, man. I get involved, my brother.
They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about nothing. Don't waste your time, man. Don't waste your time.
Yeah, I just try to, you know what I mean? But these people, you know, like I say, you know, they just want to hear, people just want to hear what they want to hear.
Yeah, well, don't waste your time. But let me go, so.
All right, then, my brother.
All right, take care. All right. Like I said, people misunderstand all the time. You know, I want to play a little bit of music, and then I'll come back and close out with the things. This is dedicated to our people who keep this white supremacy thing going. Sambo Contigo, Blue 6. All right. We're down to the last 15 minutes. I want to answer these questions, you know, the end all. Rob, if you're going to call in, go ahead and call in because I'm coming toward the end. But let me answer these questions. You got to press 1 when you call in, bro. And let's be respectful of each other in the chat room. Let's not call nobody simple-minded or anything. Take it easy. Everybody show each other respect, please. I ask that. All right. So let me go through this real quick. How do black people support white supremacy? Basically, how they live and how they support these things in this system every day by running to by giving energy and power to these people, constantly looking to them as authorities over them instead of trying to create an authoritative power over themselves and over their children and over their future. By constantly looking to these people to give order or restore order in your life. You understand? This is how how black people support white supremacy. By looking to them to authenticate things for us and tell us whether or validate our way of thinking or validate our thinking when they don't do that toward us. Okay? Why do we support that? Or why do black people support it? Because it's a crutch. Because white supremacy is really a crutch, just like religion. All forms of religion are forms of white supremacy. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, all of these are forms of white supremacy that we support even in religion as a crutch. You understand? To stand on, because we refuse to stand up on our own as men and women. Yet we want to talk about we're gods. We don't want to stand up on our own collectively as a society. Either we want to stand up as individuals or we don't want to stand up at all. We have to stand up collectively and take hold of our own destiny, take hold of our own future vision, and live like that, and stop blaming people for our plight in this society when it's all our fault. Because by taking responsibility, by acknowledging blame, by acknowledging your own fault, saying that everything is your own fault, I don't care if it was slavery, I don't care if it was civil rights, whatever the case may be, that all the things we underwent in this society, by taking responsibility for it, that's the only way that we will gain power, mentally and physically, because then we are saying that we have the power to correct it. As long as you blame other people for your plight, you're gonna be waiting on them, like the black race is doing right now, waiting on the white man to correct the problem, to treat you good, to treat you nice, and that's not going to happen. You understand? And when you're waiting on people to do stuff for you, it renders you powerless, and you make them supreme over you. All right? Are we aware that they support? Are black people aware that they support white supremacy? No, they're not. And some are. Some are and some aren't. And whether they are or not, they're going to still keep supporting it, because it's part of that rotation, it's part of that submental way of thinking that they're used to rotating in. Like I explained about slavery, black people back before people like Harriet Tubman came up and opened up that circle and thought outside that box and received that intelligence to move our people past slavery and out of that bondage. Black people, they understood that life of slavery, the idea of being physically free or free to move about and not have to slave and work for people. That was foreign to them. That wasn't real to them, because they had it ingrained in their mind that the slave life is that life. Even after the slaves were supposedly freed in 1865 from the 13th Amendment and Emancipation Proclamation, you still had black people that stayed on the plantation and still was living like slaves. They called it sharecropping, but they still was living the slave system even after that in the South. You had black people still living the slave system. Okay? So a lot of them, they willfully did that because they didn't want to leave out of that circle. That's all they understood. They didn't want to know anything past that. All right? Does the idea of so-called black supremacy support white supremacy? Yes, it does, because it is a counterpart to that. All right? It ends up being a counterpart to that in the minds of black people. Because you came with the black supremacy as a way to combat so-called white supremacy, but you're actually supporting it by making it the equal and opposite end. When was this first ingrained in the minds of black people? As soon as they came into Egypt and came amongst our people, they started working on this thing to, this mind power game and gaining control of our people mentally, but we gave in, soon upon meeting up with these people. Will black people continue to support this in the new millennium? Yes, unfortunately, black people are continuing to support this. A group of black people, the majority of black people, are going to continue to support this white supremacist mindset by the things they do, the names they wear, the religions they accept, the cultures they live out. They're going to continue to support white supremacy just by their very existence. You know, this thing that they're calling life. So, let me take these calls. I got these questions out of the way. 347-640, you on the air?
Yeah, what's up? Let me start by saying I'm not trying to insult nobody in the chat room. I'm just saying, it's just simple-minded to sit there and go over something in color. That's just outside what my questions were and what I had to say. But I'm going to get that out the way. That's out the way. So, the white guy who called in before Reggie, he was talking about, food and all that. All I'm saying is with that was just because he was basically scared because he know this government ain't worth a damn. And he see where it's going just like the rest of us brights do. So he just had to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? This country is going nowhere. It's just going in a perpetual circle to nowhere. And that's just it. That's just it. There's really nothing to speak on that. That's just a comment. But again too, the BS elections, like who's getting anywhere with those? At first it was a whole bunch of Obama and Romney. Nobody cares about that. Nobody, who really cares about elections? Nobody cares about that. How many times are we going to go through this 4 years, after 8 years, after 16 years, and nothing's going to change? And what's going to happen 2 years after those elections? People are going to be complaining that the president's not doing their job. Nobody gives a damn about that. You know what I mean? So, anybody who's calling up there with that is just a waste of time. We respect anybody's opinion or comments, but that's just something stupid and simple-minded to even speak about, too. But another thing is, a lot of the calls that's coming in is just sitting there meant to discourage the people that is on the right path with this. You know what I mean? A lot of these calls coming in is meant to sit there and discourage the people who is for the election. They see we got a lot of people that's sitting here in the chat rooms and that's for it. They see we ready to move on and not worry about religion and, politics or, how we going to live after that. Because we basically know what we doing. We know where we going.
Yeah.
They obviously have no real concept of what it is we're trying to do. So what they do is when they call in with their preconception, their preconceived notions on what it is we're trying to do without even listening first. Like Reginald Hunt said, they call in with what they want to hear. They hear what they want, and then they comment on it. They don't really have nothing to say. You know what I mean? Everything they say is basically simple-minded as well. I see all these callers that's calling in, I see them as simple-minded. I'm not trying to bash towards anybody, nothing like that. It's not even like that. I don't do things like that. Mm-hmm. But all I'm saying is all these callers that's calling, they basically talking about nothing. If they're not for the evolution, when the callers are calling in, they talking about stupidity. They talking about nothing. They're not talking about what they can do to help us in the state of mentality. They're not talking about how they're going to, push themselves forward or what it is they can bring to the table. And I was going to suggest that maybe you should make an interactive broadcast one day or one night or whatever to where, people who listen in or who call in, even the guests that's sitting there hiding in the chat room or whatnot, they should call in, and since they know so much, they should, have something to say about what they think is important. Because, like I said, I know it's probably going to be like a failed experiment, but since everybody got so much to say about it, and since everybody knows so much, maybe they need to do is call in with no BS, no arguing, and see what they can bring to the table or what they could do for their people or whatnot. Even if they're not black or whatever, so-called black, whatever. They need to, because it's like a bunch of people calling in and they just talking a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. And I'm sick of hearing it. Every broadcast is like somebody's calling in with BS. And it's not that I'm focusing on the negativity or nothing like that. It's just that I would like to hear more callers call in like Reginald or this person that just called in from London. This guy's way from London, England. You know what I mean? And he's calling in and he's sincere about what it is that's going on, what it is we're advocating, and what we're doing in the state of mentality. And it's like everybody else who calls in, they calling in with a bunch of BS. And I'm sick of hearing that. I'm sick of hearing that. We're in 2012. We tired of hearing stuff of 1993 and '94 and about the World Trade Center. All these things. And if these people are not catching on to the fact by now, you're not going to move into the future because y'all still stuck into the past and the present. We need to move the hell on already. Like, this stuff is becoming sickening to my stomach already. I'm tired of hearing it.
Well, like I said, I don't really, put much stock in a lot of stuff that people say. Like I said, if you can't help us, you can't help us in any kind of way. You're not interested, you're not part of us, then don't worry about us. Don't worry about what we're doing. People are going to always have something to say. And that's, I'm learning to deflect. I'm going to learn to deflect a lot of things because, when you don't have anything intelligent to say, when you really draw a blank when it comes to, the next step, people are going to just go and react off of impulse and say what they're used to saying. They're going to be like, they're going to be like, they're going to be reactionary. But that's what it is. So, all right. So we coming to the end. Yeah. All right, Brother Ryan from Queens, New York. All right, we coming toward the end.
I mean, I had a lot more to say, but I mean, we coming to the end. It's only 5 minutes left, so next broadcast. Whatever.
Next broadcast. Yeah, make yourself known on these broadcasts, bro. All right.
Yeah.
Make yourself known more. All right. I'm not taking any more calls. We're about to close out. Join us on Sunday, October 28th for the Supermen, Superwomen Project. Starts at 3. It's going to be on the first floor at 1368 Fulton Street. You give a call in and whatnot at 718-510-3769. Okay? So let me see. I want to close out. Well, I want to close out with something I haven't heard in a while. All right? What do I want to close out with? Yeah, Star, Unbreakable. Good night. I am the intellectual Nuben Menkarayzz. Check us back Monday at 9 o'clock. Topic is going to be hot. I'm out of here. State of Mental Radio.